Hello guys, and this is the third video of the asset creation series for 3ds Max, and in this video I just want to go over the basic user interface of the software. So to start off, as you can see right in front of you, you've got your 4 different viewports. In the next video I'm going to show you how to work with each of those efficiently and how you can use them to whatever and however you need. So first off, let's go over some of these buttons over here. Over here you got your basic object types, so if you click on one of these you can use them to make boxes, cones, spheres, geospheres, cylinders, whatever you want. And then over here under this bit you've got some modifiers that you can make. You're going to need to have a object down for that, and then you'll be able to apply the modifiers to it. Over here you won't really need to worry about any of these in this series. You won't need to worry about these tabs here: motion, hierarchy, and display. And utilities, you'll probably need to use this for when you're, let's say, when you're using a tool like ActorX to export it into UDK, or one of the plugins to get it into any different, let's say, how can I say, into one of the other game engines. So let's say if I just go to more over here, you can see some of the plugins that already come with 3ds Max. At the moment you can see I don't have ActorX. You won't need ActorX for 2012 edition. You can just export it as an ASE, so you won't need to worry about any more of these for now. Over here you've got shapes, lights, and stuff like this. Just what these buttons do is give you different, it's like variables. So let's see if I go to the lights tab. Sorry, forgot what that is. Okay, here we go. If we get a light down, we can just put a target light in, a free light, or whatever you want. So you won't need to worry about any of these. Over here in one of your viewports you've got a little square here. You can use this to maneuver around the object that you're making, which is really easy and simple. So yeah, let's just say I quickly put in a box here. Okay, there we go, I've got a box in there now. Now I've got a box in there. In the viewport we can just navigate around that and look at different angles, and then we can just move it around. Up here in the top left we've got our basic transformation tools. We've got the move tool, which allows you to move objects from side to side, up, left or right, backwards, forwards, whatever, and up and down. But I'm just going to keep this on the axis for now, on the grid, sorry. You've got rotate. These tools are pretty similar to the ones that you've seen in CryEngine videos of mine before, or the UDK ones. There we go, we've got our rotate tool, but I'm just going to keep that upright as best I can. As you see, when I move this, there's a little number that changes down here. This is just like the numbers at which you're turning it. So if I go and set this to 0, it will go back to normal. You can do that with any of the axes here. So let's say I move it here, change this to something like 15 degrees, it will go to 15 degrees, but I'm just going to keep that as 0 now, 0, sorry, just to make it look right. And then you've got scaling and uniform. That's just making it bigger, smaller, or whatever you want. You can see this one just makes it wider in this direction, this one makes it wider here, and the one at the top just makes it bigger or smaller this way. Okay, so you won't really need to worry about any of these: select and manipulate, snap toggle, any of these. Material editor, we will go into this in a separate video, but we won't be going into that just now. Also, if you click this button up here in the top left, you'll have a whole load of buttons. It's somewhat different to 3ds Max 2011. It's really easy to export things to game engines. Let's say if I go to export, and then you can just choose all the different file types like FBX, 3ds. There should be ASE somewhere. There we go. ASE. If you just save it as an ASE, you can import that straight into UDK, which is pretty nice. So I'm just going to come out of that. You can just save as. Okay, so I save as, and then you just got the different file types: max, 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 whatever. You can do it as like characters 2011, 2010, just so you can open it in one version of 3ds Max into another one. Otherwise you'll have some compatibility issues. Also, there is manager, references and properties. You won't really need to go into these, and just open it really simple. And then over here you got undo and redo. So let's just say it's just gonna redo all the things I've just done. Undo, redo, you know, basic things. Then under edit you've got undo scale, which is just undo and redo over here. Hold, delete, move, move, rotate. This will just show you some basic hotkeys. So if let's just say I press W, just because I've currently got scale, it will switch to the move transformation tools, which can be pretty helpful if you want to worry about any of these. And then you got tools. You can go into a few different things such as mirror, array, align, snapshot. Snapshot's just taking like screenshots. You don't really need to worry about that. Yeah, you don't need to worry about those. Okay, let's say I go to create. This is one of the good parts. You got standard primitives, you got box, cone, square. This is basically all the things you can find in the roll up bar over here. So if I go back to there, you can see you've got box, cube, cone, which is all there. And then you've got extended primitives. You've got the hydra, you've got the oil tank, capsule, spindle, L extrusion. You don't really need to worry about any of those options. Objects. You won't need to worry about any of these. Over here you got systems. You got bipeds for, let's say you're working with characters. So let me just put one of these down quickly. You know, I'm just gonna stop now. I've already got 2 bipeds. So whenever you're working with a biped, this is what you'll be using. So with a biped you can just hook that up and it'll work as bones. You may have to add in extra ones depending on the game engine that you're using. I know that CryEngine requires 2 extra bones for each heel. I can't remember off the top of my head. And then underneath systems again you've got bones IK chain. Basically what this does is make a bone, so whenever you're rigging a gun or something like that, you'll want to have buttons in there. So I just go click one place and then another. Let me just line it up on the grid and just keep clicking, and we'll have like a nice little box bone. I'm not going to show you what they do at the moment. I'll probably go into that in another video, but they're just there for now. Okay, so if I go back to there, and then systems, you've got daylight system, you don't need to worry about that. Lights, you can add little lights in there. Would you like to change this now? Yes. Okay, let's just add in a light. So if you're going to make a scene in 3ds Max rather than like putting it into a game engine, you want to use lights in here. So as you can see, like part of it's now lit up compared to the other side, which the light isn't facing. Sorry about that, just somewhat. Okay, there we go, get that right. Okay, so we got our lights there, and you can set the targets of these lights as I've already done here, and you can just move them like this. So let's say oh, sorry about that. Let me just move this away slightly. And then move the target. There we go. For some reason it's only letting me move it on this axis, like left and right basically right now, but you won't really need to worry about that. So I'm just going to move that away, and you can see the lights are dynamic and they're working pretty well at the moment. So if I go back there, you've got mental ray. You won't need to worry about any of those particles. You don't need to worry about these modifiers. Modifiers are pretty nice. You can use these to modify some of your objects in ways such as like bend, twist, all that cool stuff. You've got hair and fur, cloth. Adding cloth can do some nice physics effects, which is like, I don't know, blowing in the wind, all that cool stuff. And then you've got cache tools. You probably know what cache is already, any of you that does that. Then you got like camera correction. You got radiosity. That's just lighting, you don't need to worry about that. Animation, you can make animations, so you can make objects move, like reload animations or recoil animations, or I don't know, jump, sprint, whatever you want. You won't really need to go into the curve editor too much, or working with dope sheets. And then rendering, basically, let's say if I go ahead and press render, you will get like this little image. Oh, sorry. You can use this for unwrapping, not this picture, but I will show you. I won't show you how to unwrap things, but I'll probably do that in my advanced series. And then you've got load custom UI scheme. So basically, what your UI is your user interface. So let's say you can move some of these things around, and you can just load them or save them, or you can lock it so you can't move them around anymore. I'm not going to go and move any of them around at the moment because, you know, there's Max script. I'm not too good with that myself, but basically what I can do is you can run a script to make it do something, and then help. You won't really need to worry about any of these. So let's just say I make a editable polygon quickly. There we go. We've got my box selected. Under editable polygons, we got a few extra options. We've got some sorry, not too sure why it's doing that. And then if we go into editable polygons, it means we can change different parts of the shape. So I'm just going to go ahead and change the edge, and then I can move this with the transformation tools. Now I've got like a nice little triangle shape. Yeah, that's right, triangle. And then I just go back to normal, rotate this around to the light, and do whatever's necessary. So that's about all I wanted to show you in this video. Experiment with the software, see what you can do. I don't know, learn. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to work with multiple viewports. So I'm going to show you how to use all three of these to advantage, and show you a few cool things that you can do with it, such as putting like pictures there so you can work around those. No, guns, characters, whatever you want to model. So see you in the next video. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you whenever. Goodbye.